expected to. Some of your credits, the character entity got deleted, whatever that means. But yeah, my ship exploded. It's gone. The station is completely unharmed. So that strategy was not a sound one. Now, yeah, it's gotta wait until my planets respawn to respawn me. That takes a minute. So, am I stuck in an object? No, but there's no floor yet, so... So yeah, that was a tremendous mistake and waste of resources, but hey. I think I am stuck in an object, but... No, I'm not. Good. Good, good. But, so the next ship is going to need better equipment. It's going to need better weapons than I had equipped. It's going to need me to mine more supplies, more Hylet, more Muset and Sapsun, because Muset and Sapsun are the key components for armor. And, so on. Luckily, I have enough left that I can put in storage. And let me make a new storage block while I'm here to put for ship bits. But I'm going to have to make something even bigger and more hardy to make this work. It's going to be a long-term project, and I think I'm going to have to work out a design in advance. But let's make the ship part container over the faction block. Deactivate auto pull. Let's put all my hull and armor bits and the jump drive and the core for now. I'm gonna stick with the flail flyer for salvaging. That was something I meant to put in the ship just in case, but just as well, because I would have lost it, a medical supplies block, which does heal you for a tiny amount, but it recharges, so you can keep using it. So yeah, that is, I have some parts left over from that monumental failure, but it is a monumental failure. So the next thing to do, I think, well, I want to get the credits back that I just lost. So we're going to take... Generic blocks are only worth a credit apiece, but they're worth a credit apiece. So that's at least 4,000 bucks worth of crap I got here. So we're going to take it all in and hawk it, because there's no reason not to. Sand I don't need. The extra medical supplies blocks are there for later. Let's move that out of the way so I don't accidentally pawn it. So it wouldn't be the first dumb thing I did here, so... Oh, wood. I didn't realize I'd gotten any. And red dirt. Ooh. Okay, so since it's the only ship on the surface right now, and I think we will leave Flail 1 in orbit for now, because for one thing I'm not sure there's not much of a choice at this point, but... Yeah, so we'll take the Flail Flyer up. Yeah, Flail 1 is there on the surface. That's actually good because it will provide a marker in space where I will know where to find the proper face of my planet to be going towards. So, bring up navigation, set or load waypoint, plot a course for the shop. And I was not quite out of orbit, and so now I fell back down. Okay, so there's the shop. Where are you, the shop? There is the shop. Now, the jump drive is charged, so all you have to do is right-click, and you're on your way. It's in range, so you can go right there. Zoom. There we go. And, the shop's over here. Now, to charge the jump drive takes time. It's set up so that you can't exploit it for battle. So, it's going to take time to recharge it. As you can see, every time I left-click, or in this case right-trigger, because my control setup is still based on Minecraft 360, technically. Don't tell anybody. But, yeah, as you can see, it drained my full ship's power, and recharging will take a while, bonk. But, drained the full ship's power, and it got a quarter charge. It will retain the charge until you use it, or until you take a hit, again, so you cannot exploit it for hit-and-run tactics in battle. But, yeah, we're getting our credits back bit by bit. Very small bits, but they are bits. 500 here. Oops. 2,000 there. Did those go together? No, they are two different kinds of rock. So, yeah, don't need any of this. You'd think lava would be worth more. I mean, at least it's, produces light and causes damage if you touch it, which ice don't need. I got plenty of ice at home. So I'm back up to 18,000 rather. That's pretty good. So let me keep charging the drive. I think since I'm here, I'll do some mining at these asteroids, but okay, drive or power is discharged again. This could probably use some more power supplies, but or power plants, whatever they're called exactly, but I don't feel like expanding at the moment, especially since I used up all my armor and guns and etc. So, but this is a purely salvage ship, so if I find pirates, I have to run, which is what the jump drive is for. But these all seem to be the same kind. It's mostly lava. And some... Is that Threns? Well, let's find out. It is... Gisper. Okay, good. That's one we don't have much of, so we'll take it. And the other thing is... Matisse, or Matisse, I'm not sure which. I guess if it were Matisse, like the painter, it would only have one T. I haven't looked his name up in ages, so maybe not. Okay. But we may as well mine some stuff. We're going to need all the materials we can get. But yeah, so the space stations are a little bit beyond me at the moment. I'm going to need a lot of missiles. A lot of missiles or other weapons. Something other than cannons, probably, to get that done. I believe there's a specific combination of systems you can use to give you missiles with a target lock. I may try that. But again, I think I am still thinking too small with this game. I think I am going to need to get bigger. I'm going to need to make my own space station. It's going to have shields. It's going to have turrets. I'm almost positive there's like a way to make auto-firing turrets. I'm going to have to look it up. I'm going to have to do a lot of studying of the StarMade wiki to get any further in this, I think. But that is the plan. I may even help us all have to take notes. I know, it's, scandalous. But that's what I got to do. I'll do it. But yeah, as you can see, that's the unfocused salvage beam. You're going to get a lot of blocks, but they're going to be random blocks. If you pick the focused one, you'll get everything, you'll get what you're pointed at, which can actually be much more practical. 168, 348, not bad numbers. And of course, the capsule refinery working as it does, this will also help replenish the raw materials, the metal mesh and crystal composite, which go in just about everything, so you need as much as you can get a hold of. So, yeah, since we're here, we'll mine. If I mine by hand, that's actually dangerous because lava can hurt you, so this, not a good place to show that example. But mining by hand you'll occasionally get the lucky and get 36 instead of 12 or 3 instead of 1, whether or not you own the system. I own the system. So, yeah. So that's, you've seen how space combat works now, how, building certain systems works. So, next time, we'll actually try and win one, which, would be ideally the ideal way to go. Something more interesting to look at, I'm sure, than watching me just throw myself at a structure I cannot tackle and explode. I should have left, but I just wanted to see if I could cause any lasting damage to it, as, they shredded my ship to confetti. Answer, no. Not with the way I had it set up. I think those barrels were actually not needed. I think because I couldn't connect them. So maybe maybe that was my mistake. Maybe I had to connect them to the damage beam computer, even though it was technically a slave system. I'll have to look that up because I may have been doing it wrong and deprived myself of some much needed damage. So there's a lot to learn about this game, but I like it. I like it a lot. And they're still updating it. Like I said, they just added a new update that gives the opportunity to make star docks, which the way they sound like they're going to work could be extremely useful. So, there's a lot to like here, and I am enjoying it. And I'm going to have to just start a really big weird project for the next time I record it. Depending on how the resource gathering goes for that, you may not see a steady 5-a-week diet of this game, because it may be something I have to, work at in my off hours, which are, not as many as I'd like to, because real life is a jerk. But so is life. And since I'm still in the shop sector, whatever just random blocks I get out of this, I can just walk right over and sell. Not going to be a lot of them, but it'll be something. Are all of the... Well, that seems to have a slightly different makeup. Let's see what its components are. I think that's... Is that more Jesper or is it Thrends? Pardon me. More Jesper, so is there more, and is that more Mattis? Yes, it is. So, we're getting pretty good numbers here, though, so, no harm in taking some more. Especially, again, Jesper I don't have a lot of. I'm not even sure what it's used for, but, mine everything. You're going to need it. I really wish XV had a computer that was up to this game. He's, I'm decent at planning in real life and strategizing for other people. I help my parents a lot with, finances and what all, because I have to. They need it. But just because they need, fixed income, all that, they need as many hands on deck and as many, educated guesses as they can get. So, but I don't have that patience when it comes to video games. I guess it's because I played too many and the stakes aren't high enough. It's hard for me to get to that level of planning. And again, since I associate that level of planning, I think, on some level with the crap my parents are going through, that level of planning does not equate to relaxation for me. So it's something that's hard to, get myself to knuckle down and do. So that is my... What? There are pirate ships in the area. I'm under fire. Charge the jump drive. Back away, not slowly. Yeah, there are hostiles. Jump drive is charging. Oops, my thrusters were out because I was charging too slowly. But now, while I'm far away and at a decent speed, plot a course for home. Okay. Now, charging. They're pretty far away from me, but that shot went right by my nose. Almost charged. If I can make it. I think I took a shot. I'm not sure. Charging. Come on. Go. Okay. We're home. Hopefully there are not pirates here. But I'll tell you this, I am going to park this, there's my ship, I know which way to go, but I'm definitely going to park this on the surface. One thing they said they changed in this new update was to optimize planet loading, and it does seem to be going faster. Still kind of slow, as you can see. And, I wonder if I can commit any more RAM to this than 4 gigs. I have 16. Maybe committing 8 would be the smarter move. I'll do some test runs with that, because I'm afraid if I commit too many, Fraps will not want to run. But either way, things to learn, things to find out. But if I can go over 4 gigs, I might, because things could load a little faster and run a little smoother. But, that's true of any procedurally generated voxely game thing. Minecraft, even on this, can get clunky sometimes. But yeah, let's go hide on the surface, because this, of course, is what the purpose of our setup is, to be able to hide and escape enemy fire if they decide to come attack me, which they were an entire system over, so there's no way of telling. But yeah, let's charge the jump drive before we stop, too, because, yeah, because, just because it's going to need it. Ah, yeah, systems are recharging. I tried to park too close to the low ceiling. The star shone right through the planet, which is encouraging. Jump drive not charged, I know. Power failure, well, I kind of ran it down. But yeah, so we got a good amount of resources. I would have liked to have time to hawk those bricks in that lava, but I didn't take any damage to the ship. You know, even though they were firing at me pretty regularly. Health was at 100%, or, you know, block health is at 100%, armor strength is at 100%. We survived, so, you know, if it had only been one pirate ship, I might have had a shot. Except this doesn't have any weapons, so never mind. That's something I'm going to look up, too. If you can use the salvage beam offensively, that would be great, but I bet it only works on unoccupied structures. Because being able to just rip the blocks off an enemy ship would be way overpowered in multiplayer. So I'm betting you can't do that, because there is a multiplayer contingent to this game. Okay, almost charged, and then we'll bail out and start processing materials. But yeah, so this is where I am. It's still early days. I've got a lot of stuff that I need to learn. But here's the flail flyer. I backed myself into a corner. That's not metaphorical for once, but you know, it took some damage from pirates once before, so if the armor looks asymmetrical in any spots, that's not just because I flaked, but also because I had to replace some stuff. But yeah, so I've got, there's a long way to go, but I'm going to move those over to the ship block, because, you know, I'm just going to make this the generic sell this crap storage cube. So the tech and the lava can stay there. Now, let me show you, though, since I'm here, how the capsule refinery and the factory enhancers work together. Open connection mode with C, and then V, 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 V. And now, watch. 5. 5. 5. Etc. So yeah, that is how that works. And it works pretty well. So here's the rest of the medical blocks. I actually took some damage, so somehow they damaged me, but not my ship. I'm not going to argue. I'm just going to... Oh yeah, I have a medical block sitting out, so I'll use it. Basic factory goes here. I'm going to hang on to the faction blocks. If I ever find myself at a new planet, I will want to be using that. Health, back up to full. 10 hit points, resupply in 20 seconds. There we go. And as you can see, it is cutting through the supply of stuff pretty quickly, so... But yeah, as you can see, I had barely any Gisper. I have significantly more Matisse. Yeah, I had a good chunk of that, but almost no Gisper, so that's a good thing to have. As you can see, I have a good amount of mesh and such, but it can't hurt to have more. Have more in there. So, yeah, that is where things are. So I am going to sit and refine all this stuff, and we will be back soon with more StarMade. I don't know how many episodes this is going to end up being, but I don't think it'll need anything cropped out this time, so that's a plus. We will be back soon. Until next time, everybody take care and have fun. Later!